I'm Judy Woodruff on the NewsHour tonight. In the hot seat, FBI Director James Comey defends his decision to reopen an investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails days before last year's presidential election. Then, bridging the health care divide, Republicans try to win over no votes in their own ranks by putting more money on the table to cover those with pre-existing conditions. And in our final report from South Sudan, how violence against women is being used as a weapon of war.
They told me that we long for peace. We want to be able to walk freely and farm and feed our families. But the solution lies in resolving the conflict.
All that and more on tonight's PBS NewsHour.
Major funding for the PBS NewsHour has been provided by
moving our economy for 160 years. BNSF, the engine that connects us.
Supporting social entrepreneurs and their solutions to the world's most pressing problems. SkollFoundation.org.
the Lemelson Foundation, committed to improving lives through invention in the U.S. and developing countries. On the web at lemelson.org. Supported by the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, committed to building a more just, verdant, and peaceful world. More information at macfound.org. And with the ongoing support of these institutions. This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
A tense time today for the man who runs the Federal Bureau of Investigation. James Comey spent hours before the Senate Judiciary Committee rejecting criticism that he has mishandled investigations of Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. Lisa Desjardins has the story.
I've lived my entire career by the tradition that if you can possibly avoid it, you avoid any action in the run-up to an election that might have an impact, whether it's a dog catcher election or president of the United States.
But today, FBI Director James Comey faced the charges that he did impact the 2016 presidential election when he sent this letter to Congress on October 28th, 11 days before Election Day, revealing new steps in an investigation into Hillary Clinton's email practices.
I have one question, and I view it as a most important question.
Ranking Democrat Dianne Feinstein asked today why he broke normal FBI protocol.
I could see two doors, and they were both actions. One was labeled speak, the other was labeled conceal. Look, this was terrible. It makes me mildly nauseous to think that we might have had some impact on the election, but honestly, it wouldn't change the decision. Everybody who disagrees with me has to come back to October 28th with me and stare at this and tell me what you would do.
You took an enormous gamble. The gamble was that there was something there that would invalidate her candidacy, and there wasn't.
Democrats also pointed out that Comey had been silent at the time about the ongoing investigation into Trump campaign ties to Russia. He argued there was a difference, that he had previously told Congress the Clinton probe was closed and needed to reverse that. And he insisted to Hawaii Democrat Mazie Hirono that he was impartial.
I wasn't thinking about what effect it might have on a political campaign.
I find that hard to believe that you did not contemplate that there would be political ramifications to your comments.
Oh, I knew there would
I'm just wondering why
there would be ramifications. I just tried not to care about them.
Texas Republican John Cornyn defended Comey and pointed back at Clinton.
You're not the one who made the decision to handle classified information on a private email server.
The hearing was full of other news as well. Lindsey Graham of South Carolina pressed Comey on Russia.
Is it fair to say that the Russian government is still involved in American politics?
Yes. Well, certainly, in my view, the greatest threat of any nation on earth, given their intention and their capability.
And on issues of privacy, Comey said encryption has blocked the FBI from getting data off devices in nearly half its cases.
None of us want backdoors. We don't want access to devices built in some way. What we want to work with the manufacturers on is to figure out how can we accommodate both interests in a sensible way.
One more hot topic, President Trump's proposed ban on immigrants from some Muslim countries. Vermont Democrat Patrick Leahy.
Does that make America less safe?
Well, Senator, thank you. I'm not going to comment on the particular statement, but I do agree that a perception or a reality of hostility towards any community, but in this particular the Muslim American community, makes our jobs harder.
As for his own job, Comey's 10-year term runs out in 2023. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Lisa Desjardins at the U.S. Capitol.
In the day's other news, the U.S. House of Representatives easily approved a compromise bill to fund the government through September. That's the end of this fiscal year. It totals $1.1 trillion and includes an increase in defense spending, but it ignores several other of President Trump's priorities, including money for a border wall. Leaders on both sides praised the rare example of cooperation between Republicans and Democrats.
This is a bipartisan piece of legislation. And so each side doesn't get everything they want, but we are able to come together and find a package that advances many of our important goals.
Democratic members' participation is absolutely essential if we're going to pass fiscal bills and appropriation bills. And I'm glad that the Republican leadership and negotiators came to that conclusion and worked with us to advance this omnibus to the floor.
The legislation now heads to the Senate for approval before this week is out. A revised Republican plan to repeal and replace Obamacare gained key endorsements in the House today. Moderate Republican Fred Upton and conservative Billy Long said they will support the bill. They spoke after meeting with President Trump on their amendment to help cover people with pre-existing conditions.
He said that this bill would be just as strong on pre-existing illnesses as Obamacare. I want him to keep that pledge. This amendment allows that to happen and cover those that otherwise might have been excluded.
The amendment adds $8 billion to the bill over 5 years. Leaders of the House Conservative Freedom Caucus endorsed the proposal and said that the vast majority of their members will support it. But as of the time we went on the air, no vote has been scheduled. In eastern Missouri, another wave of heavy rain is adding to a flood emergency that's already claimed 5 lives. The swollen Merrimack River neared an all-time high in suburban St. Louis today, damaging 200 homes and threatening some 1,500 more. Parts of 2 interstate highways are also underwater, and a section of the Mississippi River is closed. The U.S. Justice Department confirmed today that it will not charge 2 white policemen in the killing of a black man in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Cell phone video from last July showed Alton Sterling pinned but struggling. One officer yelled he was reaching for a gun, and then he shot him. In Baton Rouge today, U.S. Attorney Corey Amundson said there are no solid grounds for a civil rights violation.
After an exhaustive, almost year-long investigation, all of the prosecutors and agents involved in this case have come to the conclusion that insufficient evidence exists to charge either officer with a federal crime in connection with this incident.
The Attorney General of Louisiana says that he will now investigate whether state criminal charges should be filed against the officers. North Korea confirmed today that it has detained another American citizen. State TV said that Kim Sang-dok, an instructor at Pyongyang University, was picked up last month. He's accused of acts aimed at overthrowing the government. Kim is now one of 3 Americans being held by the North. President Trump's America First policy means that human rights will not determine U.S. relations with foreign governments. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson took that message to his employees today. He said that in some cases, quote, if you condition national security efforts on someone adopting our values, it really does create obstacles. President Trump hosted Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas today and vowed to try to make peace in the Middle East. The White House meeting was there first, and over lunch in the cabinet room, Mr. Trump said there's a very good chance of getting a peace deal.
It's something that I think is frankly maybe not as difficult as people have thought over the years, but we need two willing parties. We believe Israel is willing, we believe you're willing, and if you both are willing, we're going to make a deal.
The president met with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in February. Former President Obama's foundation has unveiled plans for his presidential library and civic center. The site would cover 225,000 square feet along Lake Michigan on Chicago's South Side. It includes a tower-like museum and other buildings and is expected to cost at least $500 million. Wall Street made little headway today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 8 points to close near 20,958. The Nasdaq fell almost 23 points, and the S&P 500 gave up 3. And Boston baseball fans are trying to make amends to an opposing player who faced racist taunts. Adam Jones of the Baltimore Orioles spoke out after Monday's game with the Red Sox. Last night, Jones got an extended standing ovation when he came to the plate at Fenway Park for his first at-bat. The two teams play again tonight. Still to come on the NewsHour, the latest push by Republicans to win support for a replacement to Obamacare. In South Sudan, rape used as a weapon of war, a free press under threat worldwide, and much more. After fits, starts, and failure, Republicans in Congress are aiming for a new amendment to win over enough votes to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. We get two takes now on this latest legislative back and forth from both sides of the aisle. We start with Representative Mark Sanford, Republican from South Carolina. Congressman Sanford, thank you very much for joining us. So you opposed the first version of Obamacare replacement back in March. I believe your argument was that it left too much of the original Obamacare in place. You apparently have come around now to this new version. Why?
It in essence, split things. It left open the possibility of federalism, which is to say we've historically had a patchwork of different states and different remedies. Our founding fathers were so intent on this idea of letting states try different things that they built it in, though we had a population of about 4 million people when our country started. So I think what it does is it allows Vermont to go to a single-payer system if Vermont wants to do so, and South Carolina to go to a more market-based system if it chose to do so.
Well, you know, I'm sure that today Congressman Fred Upton and others worked on an amendment, a proposal to further change this new version that would add more money to cover those people with so-called pre-existing conditions. Are you confident from what you know, though, that this is going to guarantee everybody with pre-existing conditions coverage?
Built into the base bill is this issue of guarantee issue, so that you cannot be denied based on a pre-existing condition. The question all along has been if a state opted out and they chose to, again, make alteration on that front, which this bill does allow, what happens to them? And that's why it's been important that this issue of a risk pool, as Maine has done, was built into the bill. There are about $130 billion built into the bill to that very effect. And what has been talked about here in the 11th hour is an additional $8 billion based on Fred Upton and a couple of other folks' insistence that a little bit more money be built in as a cushion on this front. But you're talking about over $100 billion being built in to the high-risk pool to cover somebody in the event that a state opted out of this issue of not pre-existing condition, but the idea of somebody being able to be charged more based on a pre-existing condition.
I know this can get really complicated, and I'm going to try to keep my question as basic as possible. Congressman, I'm sure you know the American Medical Association has come out today saying they are still opposed. They are worried that millions of people are going to be left out with pre-existing conditions. The AARP, Retired Persons Association, says they're still opposed. And the American Cancer Society says they've taken a look at this, and they say every bit of history for anything that looks anything like this a high-risk pool arrangement that Congressman Upton has included is going to be unaffordable, is still going to leave too many people out, so they can't support it either.
Well, one, I would expect them to say that as advocates. I mean, that is what they're supposed to do. I think that what we're trying to include is that vast, unspoken group out there that maybe hadn't gotten the degree of media coverage, small business people across the state of South Carolina or other states in this country that have been really struggling with the limitation of coverage and the increase in premiums. In South Carolina last year, premiums went up by about 30%. And so what we're trying to do is to let insurance be insurance for the preponderance of folks that are in the individual marketplace that have seen their premiums rise dramatically, while at the same time covering folks that indeed have a pre-existing condition or been seen the consequence of a horrendous accident. And I think that that's what this bill does. It tries to cover both. It does so imperfectly, as any bill would, but I think it's the best that we're going to be able to see out of this House at this particular moment in time.
You're saying it does so imperfectly. The doubters out there are saying it still leaves too many people with pre-existing conditions who can't afford coverage uncovered, and people who would then be in a vulnerable position, not able to access health care.
What I would say to that is that was not the experience of what we saw in Maine. And I would ask people to look at the risk pool that took place in Maine and the degree of coverage that it afforded people indeed with pre-existing conditions, while simultaneously bringing down the rate of premium for, again, those small business folks that don't have, again, the kind of health challenges that we see there in the risk pool in Maine or, frankly, other states.
Congressman, is it the government's responsibility to make sure everybody has health care coverage?
I think that that's a debate that will be ongoing. I think that, you know, I guess part and parcel to any open and free society is this debate between, you know, freedom on one side and security on the other. And I think that there is a vital tension between those two. So even if this bill makes its way to the Senate and passes there, even if it comes back and is signed by the president based on a conference report that got signed off on in this House, even if that happens, this is a debate that's going to be ongoing, because I think that that tension between security and freedom is one that fits in this debate as it does in so many others here in Capitol Hill.
Congressman Mark Sanford, we thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And now for a Democrat's perspective, we are joined by Representative Kathy Castor of Florida. Congresswoman Castor, I think you were able to hear what Congressman Sanford is saying. Do you believe what the Republicans appear to be coming together on does now cover enough Americans?
No, and the next 24 hours are going to be very important for families all across the country that are concerned about their health coverage. Because what we know about the Republican bill is that it will rip coverage away from millions of Americans, raise costs, impose a huge age tax on our neighbors who are 50, 55 and older and not yet in Medicare. And then it weakens the life of the Medicare Trust Fund just at a time we have more baby boomers retiring and going into Medicare. But here's the kicker for the vote that could come up in the next 24 hours is the bill has gotten even worse. To round up the votes of the Tea Party caucus, Speaker Ryan and the White House agreed to go to the heart of the Affordable Care Act, which was a guarantee that no American could be discriminated against because they have a pre-existing condition like cancer or diabetes.
Right.
So apparently this is going to be a close vote tomorrow. The phones are ringing off the hook all across the Capitol because families understand what is at risk. Higher cost and a fundamental return to the bad old days where insurance companies could charge you anything. And if you had a pre-existing condition, it was very difficult to get coverage.
Well, let me ask you about what Congressman Sanford just said. He said there are examples, he kept citing the state of Maine, where they've created these so-called high-risk pools that allow money to be put into one pool that people who can't afford coverage, who have pre-existing conditions, would be able to access that and get coverage.
Well, it's very inefficient and very costly, and this so-called Upton Amendment that has been floated today to provide $8 billion to states that go that direction would be wholly inadequate. And in fact, in my home state of Florida, we've tried high-risk pools in the past, and the state never stepped up to their responsibility to fund them. The feds here, I would be very skeptical that under a Republican Congress and this White House, they would say, yes, it's important to provide billions of dollars for that. At the same time, remember, under this bill, they decimate Medicaid services. Those are the services for our neighbors suffering from Alzheimer's that need nursing care, and children and the disabled. So it's very difficult to see how this is going anywhere. In fact, you mentioned the opposition from the AMA and the AARP. When you have America's doctors, right, America's nurses, AARP, the American Cancer Society opposed to it, I'm surprised it's even close right now.
At the same time, Congresswoman, you know elections have consequences. Republicans control the House, they control the Senate, they obviously control the White House now. What the Republicans are looking at putting before the House for a vote now has made accommodations toward the Democrats. It does preserve some of Obamacare, unlike what the most conservative members of the House want. Doesn't there have to be some sort of compromise? And are Democrats not willing to move at all on your own, as Republicans have been willing to do?
No, the Republican bill goes to the heart of the Affordable Care Act repeal now. They could make that argument before they were talking about gutting the protection for pre-existing conditions and essential health benefits. I mean, what good is an insurance policy if you buy it and you can't go to the emergency room and be covered? But yes, Democrats, we're willing to work on the high cost of pharmaceuticals. I would really like to get to the heart of the matter of how we encourage greater competition in areas of the country that do not have competition. There are a lot of great ideas, and hopefully this new repeal effort will fail tomorrow, and we can get down to brass tacks to improving what works and fixing what doesn't.
But you're prepared with the idea that it may pass, that the Republicans may now have enough votes among themselves to get this through the House.
Boy, they're really trying to ram it through. The White House and Speaker Ryan have really been twisting arms. That's what I'm hearing from my colleagues here in the Capitol. But we have the American people on our side, in addition to America's doctors, nurses, so many advocates. But this next 24 hours will be critical. And there's no other issue that touches every American family, every small business owner. So this is critical, and time is of the essence.
You're absolutely right about it touching everybody. Congresswoman Kathy Castor, thank you very much. This week, we've reported on the civil war in South Sudan and the famine it has partly caused. Tonight, a brutal, often unseen side of this conflict, an epidemic of rape used as a weapon of war against South Sudan's women and girls. With the partnership of the Pulitzer Center on Crisis Reporting, here again is special correspondent Jane Ferguson. And a warning, parts of this story are disturbing.
The women gathering in this small building all have one thing in common: a brutal experience that binds them together.
When I got off the bus, they grabbed me and took me to a small house by the side of the road. Then 10 of them raped me.
Linda, not her real name, was kidnapped, beaten and raped last year by government soldiers on the streets of South Sudan's capital, Juba. At this International Rescue Committee support center, she meets with others like her.
Were they wearing uniforms?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
Were they carrying weapons?
Yes. At first, they told us they were going to shoot us and kill us, so we were afraid. Then they beat us and raped us.
She was taken with 6 other women. 2 of them were never seen again. She lives with around 30,000 others in this cramped camp for people fleeing ethnic violence. It is a huge, fortified slum in Juba, where UN peacekeeping soldiers provide a little security. When South Sudan's civil war broke out in 2013, it quickly became fueled by tribal divisions. President Salva Kiir, of the Dinka tribe pitted against his vice president Riek Machar from the Nuer tribe. Dinka government soldiers have been fighting rebels led mostly by the Nuer tribe all across the country. Both sides are accused of taking part in war crimes. One of those crimes? Rape. It has become a tool of war here, used with barbaric consistency. A ruthless form of collective punishment against rival tribes. Gang raped by soldiers, this young mother of 4 is now 8 months pregnant.
This is the result of tribalism. If it wasn't, then the fight would be between soldier and soldier. But now they do this to women. They are raping women because our husbands are not here. They are rebels away fighting. When they were raping me, they kept calling me a Nuer and a rebel.
Soon, she will have yet another child to care for in this desperate poverty. The International Rescue Committee helps these women, assigning social workers to keep them going long after the physical scars fade. Yet, even here, there's no guarantee of safety.
In a war where sexual violence is so prevalent, camps like this are essential for providing some sort of protection for women. But it's not really enough. The women here know that the moment they leave this camp, they're at risk of being raped.
Last July, fighting broke out in the capital between government troops and rebels, and very little food was making it into the camp. In desperation, mothers were forced to venture out, searching for something to feed their families. Just a few yards from the camp gates, this woman was grabbed, tied up, and violently assaulted.
The children didn't have anything to eat for 4 days, so I decided to go outside and look for food. I, at least, had a small amount of money to go outside and buy something. I went to the market, but when I was coming back, they grabbed me. They tied my hands with a piece of cloth, then they raped me.
According to women like her, rape here is often committed by gangs of government soldiers.
6 of them raped me, and then I lost consciousness. They left me by the road, and some people came and found me and carried me back to the camp.
It is an astounding fact that most of the women in this camp have been raped. The UN says 70%, the majority by government soldiers and police. None of the women we spoke to for this story has dared leave the camp since their assault.
Women who step out to look for food for their children get assaulted and raped. So they can't step out. They told me that we long for peace. We want to be able to walk freely and farm and feed our families. But the solution lies in resolving the conflict.
The rape crisis in South Sudan is one that often gets lost in the other, more visible disasters of famine and civil war tearing this country apart. Countrywide, it is not known how many have been raped. Women here often bury the burden of their enormous collective suffering silently. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Jane Ferguson in Juba, South Sudan.
Tomorrow, our focus on South Sudan continues with a look at what life is like for refugees fleeing the violence into neighboring Uganda. Stay with us. Coming up on the NewsHour, is mountaintop mining sacrificing coal country's environment? And problems in the path of Facebook as it grows its users and influence. But first, sometimes searching for the truth is dangerous work. Journalists around the world at times risk death or imprisonment to inform the public. 24 years ago, the UN General Assembly proclaimed May 3rd Press Freedom Day. So we mark this moment by assessing where things stand. William Brangham has the story.
It's often where you report that determines the level of threat that a journalist faces. In Mexico, dozens have been killed by cartels while reporting on the drug trade there. In Turkey, it's the government that's been cracking down, closing newspapers and locking up reporters. And here in the U.S., it's more of a rhetorical attack, with accusations of fake news and the president questioning the motives and honesty of the press. We look at this global landscape now with Joel Simon. He's executive director of the Committee to Protect Journalists. Welcome to the NewsHour, Joel. Great. Let's go through some of these global hotspots that we've been talking about. Your organization just put out a report about Mexico and some of the violence directed at journalists there. What's going on?
What's going on is you have a country where the government is effectively unable to assert control because violent forces are dominant. And they are determining through violence what the people can and can't know. They're killing journalists, they're suppressing information, and they often operate with the complicity of the police and local authorities.
I mean, in a circumstance like that, where you're talking about basically criminal organizations killing journalists, what can we as the journalistic community do to protect people in that environment?
Well, I think first of all, we have to call on the Mexican government. They have a constitutional obligation to ensure that Mexicans are able to exercise free expression, that the press can operate freely. And in fact, we've confirmed a meeting tomorrow with the President of Mexico, Enrique Peña Nieto. We released a report this week. We met today with journalists in Veracruz, one of the more violent states in the country. And we're going to call on the president to do all within his power to ensure that those responsible for these crimes are brought to justice and not protected and are not able to operate with impunity.
I mean, murdering journalists is obviously one end of a very awful spectrum. At the other end of the spectrum, we have other nations like Turkey, that are trying to suppress journalism in a very different way.
Yeah, I think if in Mexico the problem is that you have a very weak state that's unable to assert authority and protect the rights of its citizens, in Turkey you sort of have the opposite problem. You have a state that's becoming increasingly autocratic, led by a leader who has launched a consolidated crackdown on all of civil society, including the media, following an aborted coup. But this is a long-term trend in Turkey, the sort of consolidation and strengthening of state power and the suppression of critical voices. And Turkey is actually the world's leading jailer of journalists. There were 81 journalists in jail when we completed our annual census at the end of last year.
Again, in that circumstance, when you've got a very strong government doing this, is this the role of other Western pro-journalistic governments to put pressure on Turkey to stop this kind of behavior?
Absolutely. I mean, I think a very critical voice is missing, and that's the United States. That's President Trump. And certainly the U.S. press freedom record has not been perfect, and certainly they have not exercised this influence as fully as they might, and we've been critical of that. But we think they have tremendous influence. The U.S. has been a defender of these values because they represent values that are so deeply essential to our political system. But President Trump has welcomed to the White House President El-Sisi of Egypt. He said he was doing a fantastic job when, in fact, he's jailing journalists, 25 journalists in prison in Egypt. He's rolled out the red carpet for President Xi of China, dozens of journalists in jail there, and he has failed to confront President Erdogan. In fact, he's been quite complimentary of Erdogan. And so this is a key voice on behalf of journalists and press freedom that's missing right now.
Let's talk a little bit about President Trump in this country. I mean, obviously, we still have a very strong, very free and vibrant press in the United States. But the president, as you well know, constantly is hurling this accusation of fake news. Mm-hmm. He's accused journalists of being enemies of the people. What do you make of all that rhetoric?
Well, I think there's so many ways to put it. This has been a big topic of discussion, and there's so many things that I think President Trump is trying to achieve. One is changing the subject sometimes when there's an uncomfortable story. One is sort of rallying a base that's has a very low view of the role of the media, and they might be responsive to that kind of criticism. But I think, but journalists themselves, if you talk to journalists in Washington, they really don't like this kind of language. They're threatened by it, and I'm not at all sanguine. But they're able to do their job. They're able to resist this kind of chilling pressure. I think where the damage is most acute is actually in the rest of the world, where autocratic leaders like Erdogan in Turkey or Sisi in Egypt feel emboldened. by this kind of framing, that journalists are enemies, that journalists provide fake news. I mean, really, that's not the way the leader of the democratic world talks. That's the kind of rhetoric you hear from repressive leaders. And so it's very disturbing.
So do you think in the end that this may be a galvanizing moment for the American press to have this sort of very aggressive attack from the highest office in the land?
Well, it's galvanizing for the moment, but I don't think we should declare victory. I think we have to be very cognizant. It's a war of words now, and the words, can be resisted. And journalists certainly feel, they have a critical role. They feel there's more public support. Ironically, every time the president attacks the media, you see subscriptions rise in the media outlets he's attacking. He's also obsessed with the media. So journalists, bizarrely, ironically, feel that they have more influence in a certain way because the president is watching or reading everything they say. So, journalists don't yet feel chilled by this kind of speech, but I think there's a real danger that this chilling speech leads to policies and that those policies have a real impact on the ability of journalists to do their job, and that's why we need to be vigilant.
All right, Joel Simon, Committee to Protect Journalists. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
President Trump has pledged to revive the coal industry and has already begun rolling back some government regulations. In one case, that means boosting so-called mountaintop mining. But even as many in coal country applaud these moves, there is concern over what it means for the environment. That's the focus of this week's report from Miles O'Brien. It's part of our weekly series on the leading edge of science and technology.
Rocky Hackworth is a coal miner who makes a surprising claim.
I'm a true environmentalist. I work in it and live in it.
And he reshapes it. He manages the 1,600-acre 4 Mile Fork surface mine 30 miles south of Charleston, West Virginia. This is a state where the thick, deep layers, or seams of coal, are all but gone after 200 years of relentless underground mining.
Now you've got a lot more of the smaller, thinner seams that are on the tops of these mountains. Those areas have already been mined out. So the surface mine was just a natural progression.
With a mother lode of unnatural consequences. In the hills of West Virginia, surface mining carries a huge cost. Nothing less than the mountains themselves, the icons of this beautiful state.
They had everything here. Had 2 or 3 post offices, I think.
Clay Mullins is a former underground miner who lives near a mountaintop removal mine in Pax. He endures the sound of daily explosions and the destruction of woods where he once hunted and fished.
I think West Virginians are sacrificing too much of our mountains. Our wildlife really suffers. I just don't like looking out and seeing the mountains get torn up the way they are.
10% of the land in central Appalachia is now either active or reclaimed surface mines.
The central Appalachian landscape has been fundamentally changed, and it's been changed in a way that it's not going to recover from. Those mountains are not going to grow back.
Emily Bernhardt is a professor of biogeochemistry at Duke University. She's been researching the decapitation of mountains for 7 years, trying to understand how it affects the rivers and streams below.
The problem is that for every about a meter of coal, you have about 99 meters of rock that you have to put somewhere during this process. And when you're in a landscape like Appalachia, the place that most of that rock ends up being put is in river valleys.
When the rock is pulverized in the mining process, toxic chemicals and minerals locked inside for millennia are released and exposed to the air, creating 2 areas of concern.
One, that the water coming out of these mines is salty. It's full of rock-derived salts, and that by itself is stressful to many freshwater organisms. And the sort of subsidiary problem is that that salt contains lots of elevated levels of trace metals, which have known toxicity to organisms.
But the mining industry believes that concern is overstated.
This is a good example of a ditch that we have to build on top of a valley field.
Rocky Hackworth showed me the trenches and retention ponds designed to capture runoff and protect the surrounding environment.
That way you don't have anything that's leaving the property. Downstream, there's no consequences. And we've had samples taken now for 8 years, and we've never had a water issue.
The coal industry says it tests water continuously. Chris Hamilton is the senior vice president of the West Virginia Coal Association.
It's not something that's done haphazardly. There's a very, very high premium placed on that, and it's a very important aspect, just like personal and individual mine health and safety.
But the data tells a different story. We joined Emily Bernhardt's colleague Eric Moore as he did some field work near the largest surface mine in central Appalachia. Active for more than 40 years, the Hobet mine has transformed about 10,000 acres of natural mountain peaks into man-made mesas. The Duke team presides over 14 different monitoring sites in what appear to be clean mountain streams. They measure temperature, oxygen levels, and acidity, and they also test the conductivity of the water, a good indication of the health of the stream. In this case, the number is more than 1,900 microsiemens per centimeter.
What does that mean?
Well, compared to our natural watersheds, they run around 150.
In this mountain stream, the conductivity is similar to an urban waterway filled with road salt and other pollutants. The only possible source here, the chemicals unleashed when the mountaintops are destroyed.
This is not a healthy stream.
Correct, no, not at all.
It looks good.
Yeah, looks fine.
But it's not.
No, not at all.
In the final days of the Obama administration, the Federal Office of Surface Mining Reclamation and Enforcement published a new rule designed to protect streams like this. It would have prevented mining companies from impacting the hydrologic balance, forced them to monitor the water during mining, and mandated streams be restored to their natural state after the mining was over.
We saw signs of every agency that had any responsibility over mining propose onerous rule after onerous rule, which really served to restrict, if not close down, a number of mining operations here.
But President Trump has made some big promises to help the coal mining industry.
And for those miners, get ready because you're going to be working your asses off, all right? Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
In February, he signed legislation killing the Stream Protection Rule, and the president is promising more regulatory relief to bring back mining jobs.
Are people optimistic now here in coal country in West Virginia?
Very much optimistic, 100%. It changed the day after the election.
But scientists believe surface mining is taking a big toll, not just to the mountains and streams, but also to the humans who live nearby.
If you value public health, this form of destruction around people's communities should stop. And even if that means that the mining companies make less money or the coal stays in the ground forever.
Michael Hendricks is a professor of applied health science at Indiana University. He has studied the health effects of mountaintop removal in West Virginia for 10 years. He's documented high occurrences of heart, lung, kidney diseases, and some forms of cancer among people who live near mines. But the mining industry is skeptical.
There's a segment of our culture and society here that's had some ill health and some health effects, and most of that's been attributed thus far to lifestyle, diet, smoking, and things of that nature.
So Hendricks is launching a new study designed to factor out those other causes. He and his team will collect detailed health data along with environmental exposures to various toxins. Participants will receive passive air sampling devices inside and outside their homes and on their wrists. Silicone wristbands absorb certain toxins.
We're trying now to try to make those connections more direct between environmental conditions in these communities and the exposures that individual people are facing and the health consequences of those.
The consequences to the landscape and the environment are more clear-cut. At 4 Mile Fork and all the other mines, federal regulations require them to sculpt and replant the land that is mined out.
These mountains have natural resources that God put here, and they were put here for a reason, to be used, and we're using them and putting them back in place.
But people who live near a surface mine, like former miner Clay Mullins, say the landscape is forever altered.
It all comes back to that almighty dollar and stuff, you know. That's what they care about. And that's what they're in business for, is to make money. Everybody understands that and stuff, you know. But you got to draw a line between what's good for the health of your workers and what's good for the health of the earth.
Wherever that line in the sand was before, the Trump administration is clearly determined to move mountains for the coal industry, even as it does the same in central Appalachia. In Kanawha County, West Virginia, I'm Miles O'Brien for the PBS NewsHour.
Now, questions about the ever-growing scope of Facebook's influence and social network, and whether the company is embracing enough responsibility for its reach. Today, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced that they will add 3,000 more people to monitor live video after problems with violence and hate speech. Hari Srinivasan takes it from there.
The decision comes after a series of cases where people shared live video of murder and suicide. Recent examples, a murder in Cleveland last month that was posted live on Facebook, and a man in Thailand posted video of him murdering his 11-month-old daughter. It was not removed for 24 hours. Once Facebook makes these announced hires, there will be 7,500 employees to monitor thousands of hours of videos uploaded constantly. Farhad Manjoo is a tech columnist for the New York Times who has been closely covering Facebook. He joins me now to talk about this issue and other questions facing the company. Farhad, so let's first, today's news, how significant is this?
I think it's significant. I mean, it's a significant sort of step up in their ability to monitor these videos, and it should help. The way it works is there's lots of videos going on Facebook all the time. If somebody sees something that looks bad, that looks like it may be criminal or some other terrible thing, they flag it, and the flagged videos go to these reviewers. And just having more of these reviewers should make the whole process faster. So it should help. I mean, I think the question is why it took them a year to do this.
And put the scale in perspective here. If they have 1.2 billion active users a month or whatever it is that they talk about, even at 0.5%, if they wanted to harm themselves and put this on Facebook, that's 6 million people. How do these 7,000 stop that?
Yeah, I mean, the way that tech companies generally work is they manage scale by, leveraging computers, basically. There's a lot of kind of algorithmic stuff that goes into making sure they try to cut down the pool that the human reviewers have to look at. And there is some experience in this in the Valley. I mean, YouTube has had to deal with this sort of thing for years, and the way they've really come around to doing it is a similar process. Like, they have thousands and thousands of hours of videos uploaded essentially every minute, and they count on kind of the viewers to flag anything that's terrible, and then it goes to these human reviewers. So it's a process that can work. The difficulty in Facebook's case is it's live video, so they have to get it down much more quickly, and so it's possible that they may need more people or some other algorithmic solution, but I think this is it should be an improvement over what they have now.
You'd mentioned it took them so long to get to this point. Why?
I think this is the real sort of cultural blind spot for Facebook in general. Oftentimes, they go into these projects, Facebook Live is an example, but many of the other things they've done with tremendous optimism as a company, and Mark Zuckerberg as a technologist, he has tremendous optimism in technology, and they often fail to see or appreciate the possible kind of downsides of their technology and the ways that it could be misused. I mean, I think that what we've seen with the live video is a small example. The way that Facebook has sort of affected elections, the way that the fake news problem we saw in the U.S. election, the way it's been used as a tool for propaganda in various other parts of the world, those are huge examples of what looked like a fairly simple solution technologically, like we're going to get everyone connected and have them share the news. It brings some real deep social questions that they are only lately beginning to confront in a serious way.
So this combination of, I guess, an optimism in the technology and design and a faith in that users are ultimately good and will make the right choice, I mean, is that the sort of core cultural concern or problem that keeps the company making these sorts of decisions?
That's part of it, and the other thing to remember is, they're a technology company, and speed is of the utmost concern for them. One of the things that was happening in the tech industry last year is that a whole bunch of other companies were rolling out live video systems, and Facebook didn't want to be left behind, and so they created their live video system, and it became, the biggest, because they're the biggest social network. But with that sort of size comes, an increased opportunity for misuse and more power, right? Like a video on Facebook that can be seen by, potentially much more people has a lot more potential for being misused. And I think they, it's not right to say that they don't consider those things, but it seems like it's on a back burner for them. And I think what's happening at Facebook is a shift toward thinking about these issues at an earlier stage. And we've really seen this more recently in their work with the news industry. I mean, after what happened in the election and the kind of controversy about fake news, they've started to, they've rolled out a bunch of initiatives to do stuff to improve how news is seen on Facebook. They've added fact checkers and other things. So I think their attitude is changing, but it may be changing, too slowly compared to how quick the technology they're rolling out is changing.
All right, Farhad Manjoo of the New York Times. Thanks so much.
All right, great. Thanks so much.
Now to our NewsHour share, something that caught our eye that may be of interest to you too. It's springtime, and that means it's peak tornado season in the nation's Central Plains. We recently spoke with one Wisconsin researcher who thinks modeling massive twisters with supercomputers could help save lives.
My name is Lee Orff, and I'm a scientist at the University of Wisconsin. I study thunderstorms. Specifically, I study the supercell thunderstorms that produce the most powerful tornadoes using computers to simulate them. Only a small fraction of supercells produce tornadoes, and only a small fraction of that fraction produce the kind of tornado that we're trying to study. But the reason we're studying it is because if you think of 2011 with Joplin, Missouri, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, El Reno, Oklahoma, these are the big, long-track EF5 tornadoes that do just incredible damage, and if people can't get out of the way of those storms, a lot of fatalities. A computer model, like the one we're using, essentially emulates or simulates the real atmosphere as faithfully as we scientists know how to make it work. We use the equations of physics to essentially grow a cloud in a specific environment. What goes into the model are atmospheric conditions of winds, temperature, pressure, and humidity. And from there on, it's just the model just integrates forward in time. This sequence is designed to give you a sense of the scale of the storm. Then what's really striking about this is you can see how small the tornado is, at least with respect to the full storm. But the reason I do this is to give people an understanding of why we need supercomputers to study this, because the whole storm really needs to be at this very high resolution in order to capture the tornado. This highlights the streamwise vorticity current, which is a feature we've identified in these simulations that seems to be important to maintaining the strength of the storm and therefore the tornado. These are just massless, we call them parcels, air parcels in meteorology. If you're hanging out in the streamwise vorticity area where those yellow parcels are, the tornado's coming right at you. They take a horizontal path and then they kind of go tilted upward into the storm's updraft. Depending upon where you put these source regions, you can see the air is doing very different things. The red region is the streamwise vorticity current. The darker green region, this is air that's in the cold pool of the supercell, and it seems to be directly feeding the tornado. The whole reason we do this kind of research is essentially to produce better forecasts of when these things are going to happen. Too many people still die from tornadoes around the world, but in the United States too. We have a false alarm problem where we issue warnings when the tornado is not happening. And then we have a problem where the tornado is already happening, but we haven't issued a warning. So the challenge is to do a much better job at producing these warnings even before the storm has formed. And the first step is to first understand the storm. You can't forecast a storm until you understand it. And we're just getting to the point where we're better understanding what's going on.
On the NewsHour online right now, Medicare does not help pay for home-based care unless it's requested by a physician as medically necessary. But even for people who qualify, it can be a struggle to get those benefits. You can learn more at our website. That's pbs.org/newshour. And that is the NewsHour for tonight. On Thursday, we head to Janesville, Wisconsin to see how House Speaker Paul Ryan's hometown is doing after its largest employer moved out. I'm Judy Woodruff. Join us online and again right here tomorrow evening. For all of us at the PBS NewsHour, thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Major funding for the PBS NewsHour has been provided by BNSF Railway. Supported by the Rockefeller Foundation, promoting the well-being of humanity around the world by building resilience and inclusive economies. More at rockefellerfoundation.org. And with the ongoing support of these individuals and institutions. This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
You're watching PBS.